So in this video, we are going to learn how to automatically save new WordPress posts to Airtable. Now suppose guys, if you're using WordPress to maintain your site or create new posts for your site, this automation video is for you. So in this automation, whenever a new post will be created on your WordPress account, automatically the details of that post will be added in our Airtable account as a new record. Details like the post title, their link and all the other details. So in this way, you can create an automation to keep a record or a backup of all the posts which you are sharing on your WordPress site. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name a workflow as WordPress to Airtable. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we have to connect our WordPress site, our WordPress account with Pabbly Connect, so that every time when we share or create a new post on our WordPress site, the details of that newly shared or published post from WordPress should be captured inside our Pabbly Connect workflow. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we will be adding those newly published WordPress post details into our Airtable database as a new record. So let's begin. Now here in trigger window, in choose app, search for WordPress and select it. After selecting WordPress, here in trigger event from the drop down, we have to select the trigger event as new post publish. So using this trigger event, whenever a new post will be published on WordPress, we will get the data. And after selecting this trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now we are going to use this webhook URL to connect our WordPress site with Pabbly Connect. And how you can do that? You just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here, and then we have to actually install a plugin named as WP Webhooks in our WordPress site. So you just have to go to the dashboard of your WordPress site, and after going there, just scroll down on the left side and you have this plugins option. Just go to add new and search for WP Webhooks and install that plugin into your own WordPress site. After installing it guys, you just have to open it and you can set up this webhook URL. Let me show you. So here guys, this is all installed plugin page of my WordPress site. Let's search for WP Webhooks. And yes, here you can see that this plugin is already installed in my WordPress site. Just go to the settings section of this plugin. And then after coming to the settings page, go to send data. Now here at this page, you can see a list of all the webhook URLs which I have already added in my WordPress site. And on the left side, you can see there is a long list of different events. Out of all of this, there is an event named as post created. And we want to get the data from WordPress for this particular event. So select this event post created and click on this add webhook URL button. And here in this box, it is basically asking us two things. First one is the webhook name and second one is the webhook URL. So here in webhook name, I would like to name this webhook as, for example, Airtable. And here in webhook URL section, we have to paste the same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Just copy this URL from here and paste it over here. After pasting the URL, just click on this add for post created. And yes, we have successfully added this webhook URL on our WordPress site. Here we will scroll down and yes, you can see the same plugin over here, same webhook URL over here. After this, we just have to configure this webhook URL as well. We have to configure this connection as well. Just click on this three dot button on the right of this webhook URL and go to settings. After coming to the settings page, the first thing it asks us, trigger on selected post type. So if you want to specify that for a particular post type, you want to get the data inside Pabbly Connect, or you want WordPress to send the data for a particular post type, you can select that post type over here. If you want to get the data for all the posts, you just don't have to select them. But guys, if you want to get a specific kind of post data, you can select it. So I want to get the data of the plain post, a simple post which we create on WordPress. I want to get the data of those posts only. I don't want to get the data of pages, media or revision. If you want, according to your requirement, you can change it as well. Then it is asking us trigger on initial post status change. So at what post status you want to get the data? Like here you can see we have a list of all the status. So I want that whenever the post is published, like whenever a post on my WordPress site is published, only in that case I want WordPress to send the data to Pabbly Connect. Other than that, like for example, if I create a post in draft or private, I don't want to get the data of those posts in Pabbly Connect and add that data into Airtable. Or instead of this, if you share or upload some media or create a new page, then in that case as well, I don't want to get the data. So I've selected the post type and the post status over here. After selecting it, just scroll down and click on the Save Settings button. After clicking on Save Settings, we have successfully connected our WordPress site with Pabbly Connect. And now every time we are going to create a new post, publish a new post on our WordPress site, the details of that same post will be captured inside this Pabbly Connect workflow as well. So let's do this. We will go to our WordPress site and here we are going to create a new post. So here guys, let's give this post a title, for example, automation and integration. This is the title of the post. Now let me just add some content for here. So here I have already copied the content and let me paste it over here. So this is the content of the post which I want to create. This is the title, this is the content, and let's add a thumbnail image as well. So we will just scroll down and then let's add a features image. Set feature image. I want to add, for example, this particular image in this post. Let's select it and click on set feature image. Now after this guys, you can basically enter other details for this same post as well. Like you can select the export or you can basically add some tags over here. For example, I will add a tag as, for example, blog. Then you can select the category of this post as well. For example, let me select the category as uncategorized or for example, email marketing. So in this category, I want to create this post. The format is standard post. It's a standard post and that is it. So here guys, just now I have added the details of a new post on my WordPress site. Now when we will click on this publish button, we will see this post will be published on my WordPress site. So let's publish this post first. And yes, here you can see that this post is now published on my WordPress site. And here you can see the link of this post. Just copy this link or click on this link and then you will see it will take you to this page on our WordPress site. And here you can see that the same post is published. Here you can see the image, the same image which we have added, and here the same title of the post and the post content. So just now we have published a new post on our WordPress site. And because we have connected our WordPress site with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we have received the response, the details of the same post. So here guys, we have received this response and you will scroll down, you will see all the details. Like here you can see the response for category, that in which category we have created this post. We have the name of the category, that is email marketing. Then here we will scroll down further and we will see some other details regarding this post as well. So here you can see the post ID over here. Then we will scroll down, you can see the title of the post, you can see the status of the post. Then after that we will scroll down, here you can see the post date and time, that at what date and time this post was published over here. Then we will scroll down further. Here guys, in this response of post content, you can see a complete content of this post over here. So this is the complete content which we have created or added in this post. Then scroll down further and here you can see the post guide, the link of the post as well. We will just copy this link and paste it in a new tab and we will see it will take us to the same page on our WordPress site. And here it is, this is the same post. Now this means we have successfully received all the details of a post from our WordPress site inside Pabbly Connect workflow in the trigger window. So here guys, to add this data, to send this data of a newly published post on Airtable, just scroll down, come to our action window and here in choose app, search for Airtable. Just select it. And then in action event from the drop down, select the action event as create record. Click on connect and select add new connection. So here guys, we have to connect our Airtable account with Pabbly Connect over here. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our Airtable account. So here you must be thinking from where you can get this API key. Now to get it, just go to your Airtable account. On the right side, click on this profile option and click on account over here. After coming to this accounts page, just scroll down and here you can see the API key of your Airtable account. Just copy this API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And then just click on save. And as you click on save, we will see our Airtable account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the base ID, that in which of our Airtable base we want to add this data, we want to create this record. And here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the Airtable bases which you have already created. So here guys, I have created a Airtable base named as project data. So I want to add the data of a newly published post from WordPress in this particular base. So here in the drop down inside Pabbly Connect, we are going to select the same base, project data. After selecting the base, the next thing it asks us is the table ID. And in this particular base, you can see I have created 3 tables: new task, scheduled interview, and WordPress post. So we will be selecting this post table, WordPress post, because in this particular table, we want to add this data. So from the drop down in table ID, select the table as well. After selecting your table, all the column of data which you have created in this Airtable account in this particular table, you can see all of these columns over here, like title, post ID, category, URL, and published date and time. I want to add all of these details of a newly published post in Airtable. And here you can see all of these fields over here. So from here guys, the response of a new post from which we have received from WordPress inside trigger window, from these responses, one by one we have to map the details in the respective field. So let's start with the title, where we want to add the title of the post which we have just now published. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from WordPress of a new post being published. And out of all of these responses, select the response of the title of the post. So this is the response, just select it and map it over here. Now after this, let's map the post ID. So from the drop down, just search for the response of the post ID and you can type the post ID or the search for the response in this way over here as well. So we were searching for post ID, this is it. Just select this response and map it over here. After mapping the post ID, the next thing is category. So just click here and from the drop down, select the category of the post as well. This is the name of the category, just select it and map it. Then let's map the URL of the post, the link of the post as well. So we have also received that response. So we will just scroll down and select the response of the link of the post. And at last, we also want to update the published date and time, that at what date and time this post was published on our WordPress site. So from the drop down, select that response as well. So post date, this is it, just select it and map it over here. So in this way, you can basically map any data, any response of a new post which you have received from WordPress into a Airtable database. Just create a record, create a column of data in your Airtable account and map the respective data according to your requirement. After mapping all of these details, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the details of a new post which we have just now published on our WordPress site, are now added into our Airtable account as a new record. So let's check it. We will go to our Airtable account. And yes guys, here you can see that we have the same data, the same title of the post which we have just now published. We have the same post ID, same category of the post, the link of the post, and published date and time, that at what date and time this post was published. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever a new post will be published on our WordPress site, automatically the details of that new post from WordPress will be added in our Airtable database as a new record. So guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time. We are going to publish another post on our WordPress site and we will check that whether the newly published post data is automatically added in our Airtable database or not. So let's do this. We will go to our WordPress site, we'll just go to the dashboard and then we'll just go to the post section and click on add new. And here guys, we are going to add the details of a new post. So let's give this blog title as, for example, UI UX design. After that, let's paste the content of this blog as well, this post as well. So here I have already copied it. So I have added this content over here. This time I'm not going to add any kind of featured image, so we are just ignoring it. Let's select the category as, for example, e-table. Let's add this category and publish the blog. Click on publish. And yes, here you can see that this blog is now published on our WordPress site. And after this, guys, as we publish this blog here, you can see that this is the link. Let's click on this link and it will take you to this blog page over here. And after publishing it, we will see the details of the same blog will be added in our Airtable database automatically instantly. So let's go to Airtable and yes. So let's go to Airtable and yes, here you can see that in a new row, the new record is created in our Airtable database. We have the same blog title, UI UX design. We have the same post ID. We have the category of the post. We also have the link of the post and the same date and time, that at what date and time we have published this blog. This means the automation workflow which we have created between WordPress and Airtable using Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, guys, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.